Pakistan and Peshawar, where within spitting distance of the Khyber Pass, England this morning played the UAE.
Michael Atherton with Sultan Zarawani. Michael Atherton tossing the coin. Sultan, you've won the toss. What are you going to do today?
Well, we're thinking of batting first.
Looks a good wicket.
It's a perfect batting track. This is what we're used to in Sharjah. Outfield is a bit damp. I think it'll make the ball swing a bit less, make it heavy. So I'm going to go for...
Yeah, Graham Hick and Robin Smith are not considered fit for selection.
And a birthday present for Philip de Freitas.
Yeah, he's coming for Peter Martin. Obviously, with Hickey going out, that I lose one of my kind of sweepers on the boundary, so fielding considerations. And also Daffy swings the new ball as well.
Important to get a convincing win today.
Yeah, we want to win. Obviously, we want to win, and we want to win well. We want to make sure it's a convincing victory.
So here's confirmation of the two teams. England without Hick and Robin Smith and leaving out Peter Martin had a somewhat curious look about them. Atherton dropping down the order and Neil Smith scheduled to open. The UAE, something of an unknown quantity, although Samarasekera looked useful against South Africa. There was much interest to see whether Sultan Zarawani, the UAE captain, would wear a helmet this time when he batted. Zarawani, you may remember, was hit a frightful clonk on the head by Alan Donald on Thursday.
The Emirates on their way. Saeed is back for two. More attacking field than we've been used to from England. Two slips and a gully in position. It's today. It's his third World Cup. He's England's second leading wicket-taker in one-day cricket. And only two players have taken 100 wickets in one-day internationals for England. No surprise to learn that the leading wicket-taker is Ian Botham, with two slips. In World Cups, this is de Freitas' 19th match. Pretty good economy rate, that, in terms of modern one-day cricket. Anything under 4. Hard work.
Well, it wouldn't be difficult to improve on it at all. It was one of the poorest displays I've seen in the field. Some of the ground fielding was embarrassing, and the catching was just as poor.
It's in the air and out. The first wicket of the day. Philip de Freitas strikes in his first over. Ganesh goes without troubling the scorers. So that'll have given England a huge sigh of relief. United Arab Emirates, 3 for 1 now.
Well, that was an indifferent shot, that. Just hitting it on the up. The ball's not there for driving. It was never up enough to be driven. And a simple catch. 3 for 1.
Mazhar Hussain coming in at number 3 for the UAE.
South Africa, the ball whizzes through, it carries nicely.
It's a good-looking shot. That'll be the first boundary of the day. Behind point. Saeed registering the first 4 of the day. The UAE move on to 12 for 1.
Yes, nice shot, that. Not a really bad ball, just a good shot, just a touch short of length, just a touch wide, that's all. And he was onto it pretty quickly. It's probably the best shot we've seen from the UAE. For batting, if you've got time to stay in. When the ball keeps low and you play forward to everything. A good shot. He's on the front foot very quickly there. Just going to say that when you get these pitches with low bounce and that, you've got to get forward because you're frightened the ball's going to keep low. In fact, I think his eyes lit up. He was into it that quick that he didn't bother keeping it on the floor, just whipped it away in the air.
Up over the top of the infield, and that's what it's all about in these early overs. In the first 15 overs, 9 fielders have to be inside a 30-metre radius, and if you give it a little clip like that, it's 4 runs.
Yes, I thought that was very well improvised. It was just off his hip, just short of a length, and he deliberately lifted it over the infield. No doubt about this being lucky. This was deliberately done. You see, he just flipped it over off his hip. very thoughtful and improvised that very well to shovel the ball to the onside. You see that bottom hand, see where the bat's outside off stump, that right hand, it's right round. Whoops.
It seems to work.
Yes, I think we'll find a lot of shots in this match will go the aerial route because of the slowness of the pitch. The batsmen are into the shot a little bit earlier than they would like, say, in a test match, but this is not a test match, it's one-day cricket. Just into the shot early, and they'll go the aerial route over the top because they'll feel more comfortable at going through the ball.
Philip de Freitas. And that's a big shout, and that is out. Well, that's the reward for bowling absolutely straight, well up to the batsman, and just provoked that cross-batted shot, and England take their second wicket.
Well, I think he's deserved that, Philip de Freitas. Ball quite tight, quite well, and this young man playing across the line again. You see, that was absolutely plumb. It's hit him halfway up the pad, and he's just whipping across a straightish ball. He'll be disappointed with that. Scored 9. 32 for 2.
Well, this is Vijay Mehra, and I have a few notes to say that he was born in New York in 1963, and also that he's one of the most prolific scorers, right-handed middle order batsman, with a string of achievements. We'll talk about those as we go along.
Well, he's been trying to play across the line all through his innings, and this time it's caught him out. You see how he just whips it away. Can't play like that successfully at top level. You won't get away with it.
In the match England lost to New Zealand at the opening match of this Wills World Cup tournament, Darren Gough, in fact, was the most expensive of the England bowlers. He went for 63 off his 10 overs. That's a cracking shot. You could really hear the middle of the bat then, ringing around this ground. Excellent 4 runs for Hussain.
Easy half volley, nicely put away, crisply. Very full half volley. Didn't swing, didn't really do anything, just angle into the middle of the bat.
Well, this is his 5th 4. When he hits it, they go. What a cracking shot. Predetermined, if you like. He was on the way down, but not many people use their feet to Darren Gough.
Well, he caught Darren Gough napping. I don't think Darren expected him to come down the pitch. Just surprised him. He got the delivery, and then a little shuffle of the feet, got in perfect position, a little bit to the leg side, giving himself room.
Craig White coming to replace de Freitas at the school end of the ground. He's playing in his 10th one-day international, economy rate of just over 4. And an important all-rounder in this 14-man England squad.
And now people are referring to the pinch hitter, which I shall elaborate on. Play and miss. A little bit of hello. The bowlers, Craig White's gone down. I thought it initially an exasperation for a play and miss, but it's more serious than that. The pinch hitter will have to wait.
Craig White's in trouble. Alex Stewart beckoning Wayne Morton, the England physiotherapist, onto the pitch. And this could be really serious news for England. They've already got Graham Hick and Robin Smith on the sidelines injured. Dominic Cork struggling a bit with a persistent knee injury. Craig White's a very tough character, but he's not very comfortable out there. Wayne Morton jogging out there. This is what happens. Side-on view of White. Nothing significant in the action, but he's still down on his haunches there. Pain registering itself in his brain. And he's like a boxer, taking a mandatory count at the moment. And White is marching purposefully off the field. Not looking very comfortable at all, Craig White. 3 balls of his over completed, so somebody's going to have to finish his over. Craig White there. Watch closely there, the reaction. Follows through, head goes in the air. And down he goes onto his haunches. That doesn't look very good news at all for England. So problems for the England captain Michael Atherton. He's chosen Neil Smith to complete this 20th over. The bowlers can only bowl a maximum of 10 overs, so this 3 balls will count towards Neil Smith's quota, so he'll only be able to bowl 9 overs and 3 balls in the innings.
Dropped him. Well, that's bad news for England, bad luck for Neil Smith. It's both occasions that the batsman's really gone after it. It was really quite a simple catch. You'd be pretty cross if a catch like that was dropped by another player off him and that was just driven back to him. Maybe he thought it was coming a little harder than it did. Vijay Mehra's been out there for 45 minutes and scored 1, so you see the frustration's got to him, and that was a risky shot back down the pitch in the air past Neil Smith. Just one more look at that Corton bowl that went down. Struck not very hard back. Big shout and a very confident appeal. Up goes the umpire's finger. Mehra didn't want to go there at all. And good for Neil Smith that he's actually made up for that drop Corton bowl. Little outside edge. Jack Russell does the rest. It's 48 for 3. The incoming batsman, Mohammad Aslam, goes out to join the main run-getter, Mazhar Hussain. And that's Mohammad Aslam's career. 2 matches, 2 innings, all very modest stuff. And he'll be facing a new bowler, change of bowling out there now, Richard Illingworth, the slow left-arm spinner. Neil Smith had 2 stabs at dismissing Vijay Mehra in the last over. He dropped a Corton bowled early on and then got one to go straight on and nicely caught by Russell. And a reluctant Vijay. Good bowling because he turned a couple in that over and that one went straight on.
All right, that's nice, great fielding, Abbas, yeah.
Caught Russell Bowl Smith for 1, but he was out there for 34 balls.
Bowled him. Well, that's a dreadful shot.
But I suppose when you've been there and played all the handsome shots that the sides produced, you're entitled to make one mistake. But Neil Smith gets very close to the stumps when he lets the ball go. And that's bad news for the Emirates.
Just pressure, wasn't it, on him in particular. Mira didn't do him any good by batting for so long for one, and this poor man just felt the pressure building.
Bowled by Smith for 33, 49 for 4.
Craig White has broken down after bowling just 9 balls with what looks like a serious side strain, and there will be concern about that. Let's get back to Peshawar.
So, double success for Neil Smith. The one assisted by a pretty indifferent shot. You know, sweeping is very much a shot played in one day in limited over cricket. If you're going to choose to sweep, you've got to sweep the right length delivery. So much line. And this was just a little bit too full. Squeezed under his bat. Dislodging the off stump. Fairly flew out of the ground. Some turn here for Neil Smith. Mid-off's dropped back to long off for the last delivery of the over. .25 overs gone. Straight one. Might have played over the top of it. This will tell us. Might have played outside it.
49 for 5.
Welcome back. Well, Arshad Laeeq has come and he's gone. Neil Smith started that over very, very quickly, and he's managed to dispose of Arshad Laeeq very efficiently. And the UAE are struggling now at 49 for 5 with Laeeq bowled, and he was bowled like this. Angus Fraser, comprehensive.
He'll be very happy with that, but they're in an awful trouble now, UAE. They're going to struggle to get 100, I think. So it's all going very well for England.
Now, obviously, everything is slightly overshadowed by the injury to Craig White. You were a bit concerned watching that.
When someone goes down like that, you can tell it looks serious, really. At this moment, you don't know whether he's done a back or side, but the way he is, he doesn't make a great deal of injuries. So when he goes down, he looked like he was in a lot of pain. I think there's something seriously wrong there.
And the worry will be, of course, that he managed to injure himself, of course, this time last year in Australia with an intercostal side strain. Let's go back to Peshawar, though, with Salim Raza just about to face his first ball.
Assisted by the batting, I think. Or non-batting. 50 runs come up, 5 wickets down. We're in the 26th over. Here's Neil Smith. Good shot. That was a proper shot. Darren Gough. 3 runs. That's in the air, makes it. Good shot. It was a firm crack. Darren Gough was lying quite deep at mid-off. Chances were that it would go straight to him. In fact, it just bypassed him, and that's 4 runs.
Well, the intention was to hit it down the ground and in the air for 4, and that's exactly what he did.
We've had news of Craig White, who went off after bowling 1 over and 3 balls. He's strained aside, and he'll not take the field again in this innings. Well, that was a confident sort of shout. There's quite support building up around the ground for UAE. Of course, a number of Pakistan national. 64 for 5. That's bowled him. Very ambitious stroke to a quite innocuous ball, but the result is 80 for 6.
Well, that was a nothing sort of shot, wasn't it? Sort of straight delivery, reasonably quickish, and just a hike to leg. That's really short enough on this pitch. I said all along, there's not too much bounce. You've got to be careful of your pull-in shots. And 80 for 6.
4 matches, 4 innings. Averaging 19, that's okay because he's mainly a bowler. He bowled really well with the new ball against South Africa. Stepped outside leg to hit through off. Played a bit too soon and hooked it through mid-wicket. There's no danger of someone setting a field to cope with that.
Yeah, nice slower ball here. Try to bowl a slower off spin.
Cup t-shirts, and we're a pretty smart outfit. Those wickets aren't so smart. Dominic Cork, the bowler, 88 for 7.
Well, nice bowling change by Michael Atherton, but what a shot. I mean, that's awful. Feet all over the place, the hike to leg, not looking at the ball, and he deserves to be able to turn around and look at those stumps down. It was awful. 88 for 7.
If he saw the highlights of the South Africa game, I'm sure he'll bounce him.
Even though it would be a no ball. Could be interesting. So, the Sultan is a brave man or a foolish one? And we're about to find out which. 88 for 7, the UAE.
And got swing it. I don't feel happy yet.
Lovely stroke. Samarasekera straight down the ground. A rare boundary. Thorpe won't cut that off. 2 boundaries in the over. The UAE move on to 98 for 7. By England, although the players have had to leave the field to take drinks. That's cost a little bit of time. It's flown down to third man. And that single brings up the 100 for the UAE in the 41st over. Gradually building up here in Peshawar. The match started to almost deserted stadium. Be about 1,500 people in the ground now. That's bowled him out. Zarawani looking to leave the ball. Cork has other ideas. The UAE captain's dismissed. And the Emirates are now 100 for 8.
Well, what an appalling shot that was. All Cork did was bang it in just short of a length. It didn't get up too much. He sort of turned his head away. He wasn't looking at the ball. It hit the bat and went onto the stumps, and that's the horrible result. 100 for 8.
The part today. Good piece of bowling. It's been a confident start by Neil Smith. It's been good for him to come in against one of the lesser...
And over the line before Jack Russell takes the bails off. Now it's going to be touch and go.
Not out is the verdict. The jury were out a long time, but eventually... That's gone fine. Illingworth's after it, the ball racing across the outfield. And he can't make it. The ball runs into the road, that's a boundary 4. The UAE on to 107 for 8. In the air, but down it goes. Good effort by Alex Stewart, diving full length to his left, but he just couldn't hold on.
Well, it was a good effort, but I think he'll be disappointed. He got both hands to it. Nice catch in height. Would have been a very good catch. Not only a helmet, one with a grill.
That'll go fine for 4. Neil Smith kicks the ground, not happy with that. Umpire Kure signals the boundary. Samarasekera on to 24. third boundary. That's gone right through everything. Umpire signals 4 byes. Jack Russell deceived by the bounce, or the lack of bounce, and totally masked by the batsman. Cool time. It's very straight, and umpire Kure has given him out. Dukanwala departs the scene. LBW to Richard Illingworth. He's made 15. The UAE now 135 for 9.
This dismissal again. It's a question of whether the ball turns. It's difficult to tell there because the bat almost covered it. It does need to straighten. 135 then for 9.
27 years of age.
Really quickly.
In Ahmedabad. Good Yorker. He's just taken the bail off. He's run out. Umpire Kure raises the finger. Very alert work by Jack Russell behind. They're all out for 136.
It's not often that an umpire doesn't call for number 3 and the television screen when there's a run-out situation. Russell glove off quickly, takes aim, flips the leg stump, and the umpire proved right by some way.
Innings, a stuttering start, 2 quick wickets early on. Ganesh going without troubling the scorers, and Saeed for 9. Mehra batted a very long time for just 1 run. Hussain and Aslam, 33 and 23 respectively, but completely bogged down in the middle of the innings. It was left to Samarasekera to take Sri Lanka beyond the 100 mark. Dukanwala added 15 from the number 10 position, but a rather sorry tale. 136 all out from 48 overs and 3 balls. De Freitas and Neil Smith, the pick of the bowlers for England. Neil Smith 3 for 29 from his 9.5 overs. De Freitas 2 9 overs and 3 balls, 2 for 16. Cork and Gough more expensive in the context of this match. Illingworth conceding just 25 runs from 10 overs and 1 wicket.
This is the story in Peshawar. England are about to start their innings and they're chasing 137. 137 to win. That's Alex Stewart out there. And with him we expect to be opening the beyond.
No question in my mind, Stewart and Atherton. Wouldn't hesitate.
Four slashing runs from Neil Smith outside the off stump. England are on the way. 137 to win this match.
I mean, this shot is a prime example. Little medium pace, a bit of width, and he's just thrown the bat at the ball and got away with a sort of thickish edge, 4 runs.
Well, he's whacked that one into a gap on the offside. There's no real power in it. Maybe that's why he wants to change the bat. 3 runs. That's nicely played, well timed. Good solid shot by Alex Stewart. 3 runs, just wide of mid-on. 16 for no wicket. Was very close for cutting, but he played it perfectly. It didn't quite seem the length to me, or the line, but Jeffrey will tell me I'm totally wrong. All my eyes going.
No, your eyes aren't going. He does play unorthodox, that's why he bats first for Warwickshire. Tried a late cut off brightly. Looked like about my age fielding at first slip when he put his hand down for that.
That's the skipper at slip, Sultan Zarwani. Well, he smashed that straight down the ground. Terrific heave-ho, 34-35.
But to get a couple of wickets, you know, just make inroads into England, I feel they've had some success.
Dropped it mid-on. He couldn't hold on. Saeed Al-Safa, the substitute at mid-on, just letting his teammates down.
Yeah, I think he ran at this. He never steadied himself, did he? He sort of ran at it. He never went to the side and just steadied himself for the catch. He seemed to be sort of running at it at speed. Never got himself settled to catch it.
And gone. Stewart hitting the ball in the air. Ganesh at short mid-wicket takes the catch. So England have lost their first wicket. Alex Stewart has been dismissed for 23. England 52 for 1 now.
Well, I did say that if England were going to lose a wicket, it were only going to be through a bad shot. Just shoved it straight in the air at the fielder. Nice, easy catch to take, right in the gut, right in the tummy, and it's just a poor shot. 52 for 1.
Beautiful piece of timing on the leg stump, no ball, put away for 4 in exquisite style by Neil Smith. Single to Smith, bring Thorpe onto strike. Yeah, you mentioned a match-winning innings by Alex Stewart. It's been a long time since we've seen one, Jeffrey.
Oh dear.
Well,
I'll have to go off, I think, Bob.
He obviously wasn't feeling well, and now we know he's not very well.
He's a lot better now.
I don't think you want any more of that orange drink, Jeffrey.
Don't get too near Wayne, the physio. Dear, oh dear.
Problems that face a lot of players on their first visit to this part of the world. With sympathy from the opposition.
Stage or another.
England captain Michael Atherton going to come in at number 4 to replace Neil Smith. Smith fought very hard there. He indicated about 10 overs ago that he wasn't feeling too well. He soldiered on manfully, but he's going to retire ill, having made 27.
That's what I say, even the captain having a little... Everybody laughs a bit when somebody else is unwell in India and Pakistan. A lot better. You can always say that his first match for England in the World Cup, but he had a pretty good game. 27 of 31 balls, 3 wickets.
Neil Smith retired ill, and very ill.
Yeah, it's a well-known approach to go over the wicket and bowl up middle of the leg and try and time up a bit, but then you'd certainly have a man just back at the square saving one. There. Where he hasn't a man, and that's why there's a big gap there, and the ball runs away for 4 runs.
Played. Thorpe spotted the area that was unprotected. And with the bowler over the wicket, pitching leg stump, all he had to do was help it on its way.
65 to win for England. Raza to Atherton. That's a good cut shot. That's beaten Zirwani. He's got a knee problem. He won't be able to chase that. 4 more runs. That was a better looking shot.
Yes, I think that stroke would have probably beaten most fielders. He's hit it really very fine, nicely played late cut, rolled the wrists. I really don't know why Zirwani's chosen the field there. He needs to get in where he's got people either side of him. He's got very weak knees. He's had problems with his knees, and he's very exposed there.
Thorpe down the wicket very confidently. That'll be 4 more. Excellent use of the feet.
It's good batsmanship. Down the wicket and back down the wicket. Place to hit it. He went early, got to the pitch of the ball, and then the maker's name. Anything just closing the face fractionally. Done it again. Just as good. Well, that's good batting. Certainly what I remember of Graham Thorpe in 1994 when South Africa toured England, just how straight the bat was and how nicely he played in the V. Okay, and this is against a spinner, but he was like that against the seamers too. 2 beautiful strokes.
Great, somewhat. Full toss. Thorpe's back to 3. England accelerating away. Bowled him out. Michael Atherton, clean bowled by Saeed. Success at last for the Emirates. England 109 for 2. Atherton out for 20.
That he hit over the top of it, or inside it, round it. That was the end of the story. Didn't turn at all, through the gap between bat and pad.
England 109 for 2 now. Neil Fairbrother, the new batsman for England. 2 left-handers in together now. Have a look at the end of Michael Atherton. What happened here, Robin?
Well, he's looked to get down the wicket. He's playing it onside, which is fair enough because he hasn't really turned the ball. The ball's angled in at him, so there's nothing wrong with where he was trying to play it. All that was wrong was that he missed it.
Fairbrother off the mark. That just coming down across the line of the ball. Beautiful timing. That's the shot that Thorpe was looking for, the ball before. England on to 117. Shout by the keeper. The bowler joins in latterly. Umpire Koure says not out.
Well, round the wicket to Fairbrother as well. Angled across him. Fairbrother pushes at it. It was only a push. It's impossible to tell from here whether there's a deflection or not. The bowler wasn't all that interested early on, which is indicative, perhaps.
Great shots. As Thorpe has done along the way. Well, having said that, he swings across the line, is rushed away for 4. And let's look at the umpire. 4 byes. 128 for 2.
Well, he's just trying to lap it from outside off stump, get his pad there so that if he misses it, it won't come in and hit the stump. So he obviously didn't read it because he was a googly.
And that's hit a gap too. That's 4 runs for Fairbrother.
I think when you're a team like the UAE that's playing against bigger boys in the big competition, you've got to start to learn and look at your performance and learn things from it. And the two things I'd noticed is that from the leg spinner's point of view, he's bowling far too many full tosses, and for the medium paces, they bowl far too many no
Do that,
balls.
he's going to milk you for singles. Scores are tied. And that's it. England win. Graham Thorpe strikes the ball from the covers. One-sided contest. But for England, it's the first win in this Group B. They win by 8 wickets, 140 for 2.
So, at last, England's losing run comes to an end at the 7th time of asking, and all in all, it was a pretty satisfactory performance. England's batsmen on a hiding to nothing, but apart from Stewart and Atherton, no mistakes, and 2 points the result. The bowling, well, predictably indifferent. So,
Michael, nice to get a win under your belt.
Yeah, it's the first 2 points, and it was a fairly comprehensive win for us.
How's the injury situation? It looked to be a bad injury to Craig White.
Yeah, he's torn an intercostal muscle, so that's not good news. And he'll probably have to go home, I think.
That's a great shame. And Neil Smith looked in a bit of trouble.
Yeah, we made him stay out there so he could get his spewing up on camera, and then we let him come off.
Well, it's nice to get 2 points under your belt. Well done, and good luck for the rest of the tournament.
Thanks very much.